The house that Mickey Numbers ran his racket out of was not an appealing place. It sat imposing on top of a hill, like some kind of big damn bird. A big damn bird that hadn't gotten a paint job since the Hoover administration, and had more windows broken than painted. Not the kind of place I felt welcome in. The kind of place you came to hide something. Bad news for Mickey, though, is that I'm in the business of finding things. Since I hadn't been invited, I decided not to impose on hospitality, so I let myself in. Got halfway across the room before the hard cases in the hall knew what to do. Mickey kept a small crew of muscle around, and they informed me that their boss was not taking any calls today. He was indisposed. I let them know that a concerned citizen had granted me a deuce of G's to perform some retrieval, and that it was urgent. They took it well, in my opinion, so I read them their rights and left them to think about what they'd done. The bird had half a dozen rooms on her top story, so I took it real methodically. I got lucky on my third try. Real lucky. Her name was Margaret Cassidy, but everybody called her Maggie. When you called her at all, that is. Usually she called you, and you came when called, quickly.
I heard you come in, Triumph. You've lost a bit of subtlety these days. Guess I shouldn't complain, though. It's so rare that I get any gentleman callers at all. What's the occasion?
Where's Mickey?
I could care less about that shrimp of a man. Can't you think of anything more pressing you'd like to discuss?
Maybe later. 2,000 Bones says I'm looking for Mickey Numbers. That might buy you another bottle of champagne if you play nice.
Does the champagne come with dinner?
And dessert if you're in the mood.
Haven't you learned by now, Triumph, that I'm always in the mood for something sweet?
Then why don't you tell me where Mickey Numbers is, Dollface, so you and I can get out of this dive and into a dive that serves better food?
I'm sure you and him will be finding each other real soon.
Sooner than you think. You made a bit of a mess downstairs, detective, and now I find you in here with my lady friend.
Poker's not really my game.
You don't strike me as much of a gambler, Mr. Triumph. That must be because you're so unlucky. Now maybe you should tell me what brings you into my place of business uninvited.
I thought maybe you and the little fox here would like to come fill out a foursome. I've got a tea time with Sally Falcone at noon. I'm sure you and her would get along real fine. Maybe do 18 holes, or maybe just the back 9.
Funny, Triumph. Real funny. You'll be even funnier when he got some holes into you, huh?
Baby, why don't you let this cheap copper out of here? We can play our own game of doubles. He's only small time, honey. Not worth your time.
The trouble with Mickey is that he'd always been easily distracted by a dame with a pretty face. And since Maggie Cassidy was as distracting as they came, it was awful bad luck for him.
Sorry, Mickey, but I need a man who can hold his drinks a little better.
Step outside, Maggie. I'll meet you in a minute.
You ain't gonna...
I said step outside, doll.
Well, HD, what the hell do you want? Just take it and get the hell out. You'll pay for this, you cheap dick.
Like I said, Mickey, Sally Falcone sent me. She wanted me to get something back for her. Revenge.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't know. We can talk about this. I'll pay you double, triple, please.
Sorry, Mickey. She's already paid in full, so it's time for you to cash out.
Oh, HD, you wouldn't. Not to your own flesh and blood. Not your only brother.
Now, Mickey, you've known for 3 years that I don't have any brother. Told me so yourself. Goodbye, Mick.